All right, let's talk about one of the most expensive and kind of invisible problems in business, the silent death of a brand new lead. Today, we're going to break down a pretty amazing architecture that's built to stop that leak. It's called the persistence engine.
Right off the bat, I want you to forget about slow, manual follow-ups. This is all about instant, automated, and, well, relentless engagement, right from the very first second. The system is live. So you might be wondering, why build a whole system just for this? Well, it's all about tackling what we call the high cost of silence. The moment a potential customer shows interest, a clock starts ticking. And believe me, every single second that passes without a response, that's not just silence, it's money, just evaporating. Seriously, think about it. What actually happens to a new lead in that first supercritical day? You know how it goes. Their enthusiasm starts to fade, your competitors might swoop in, and what was a red-hot opportunity just goes cold. That decay is a massive, hidden leak in your business pipeline. And this slide right here, it just perfectly captures the difference. Over on the left, you've got your typical manual follow-up. It's leaky, right? It's inconsistent, and it's totally dependent on when someone gets around to it. But on the right, you see the persistence engine. It's like a completely sealed, automated pipeline. No leaks, no drop leads, period.
Okay, so let's dive into the solution itself. The persistence engine isn't just a piece of software you buy. It's a complete architectural answer to lead decay, and it's been engineered from the ground up for one very specific purpose.
And that purpose is simple, but it's so powerful. It's to achieve 100% engagement with every single new lead without, and this is the key part, without requiring a single second of manual effort from your team. That's the core promise. All right, let's pull back the curtain and look at the system architecture. The best way to understand how it works is to think of the different technologies involved as the cast in a perfectly choreographed show. Each and every component has a critical role to play.
So let's break down this cast of characters. First up, you've got the brain, which is Airtable. It's the central database, the one single source of truth for every lead. Then we have the Orchestrator, that's Make.com. This is the real engine room where all the complex automation logic lives. It's constantly checking Airtable and deciding what needs to happen next. For delivery, we use Twilio for SMS and Mailgun for email. This makes sure our communication is reliable and hits on multiple channels. And finally, the really elegant part, the kill switch. It's tied to Google Calendar, and it ensures we stop all the automation at the perfect moment.
Now, let's follow the journey of just one single lead to see this whole system in action. This is where that automated logic really truly comes to life.
It all comes down to this, the Touchpoint protocol. And the sequence is, well, it's relentless. Within just 60 seconds of a new lead coming in, the first SMS and the first email are already out the door. If there's no booking, the system waits exactly 24 hours, then kicks off Touchpoint 2. This chase continues for a full 7 days across multiple steps, and it smartly alternates between quick text message reminders and what we call high-value emails. You know, things like case studies or useful resources, all to maximize the chances of getting that engagement.
But what happens when a lead finally books that meeting? You don't want to keep spamming them, right? That would be awful. And that's the genius of the kill switch. The second a booking is confirmed in Google Calendar, it triggers an update in Airtable, which instantly, and I mean instantly, terminates all follow-up sequences for that person. It's smart automation that actually protects the user experience.
So you can just picture this constant, automated pulse running in the background. The orchestrator is always checking the brain, always asking, hey, have they booked yet? If the answer is no, bam, it fires off the next touch point. If the answer is yes, it just stops. That's that relentless, recursive loop in action. It makes sure no one is ever forgotten, but also that no one gets annoyed. So we get to the most important part, the result. After you set up this whole architecture, what is the actual measurable outcome? It's really simple, and honestly, it's profound.
100%. That's it. That is the percentage of new leads that get immediate, consistent, and strategic follow-up. Not 98%, not 99, 100. Total, complete coverage. And here's the other side of that amazing coin. 0. That is the amount of time your team now spends chasing down these new leads. Their effort goes to 0. The entire job shifts from this manual, repetitive grind to just automated, reliable authority. And that really says it all, doesn't it? 0 lead decay, automated authority. It's a closed-loop system that makes sure no opportunity is ever missed, while at the same time, completely freeing up your team to focus on what they actually do best. You know, ultimately, this kind of architecture is way more than just an automation. It's a fundamental shift in how you value and engage with every single person who shows interest in what you do. If you want to explore how to implement a system like this, you can learn more by visiting Business Goto at businessgoto.ca.